hello, you are up next, Eddie.
Hey, Bart, how are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. How's it going?
Good, good, good. Thank you, thank you.
So you got a hand for us?
Yeah, we have a hand from the famous Parks.
Ah, the famous Parks. Of course, we're doing the. Hope to see you out. You're a CLP subscriber, I think, Eddie, right? Are you?
Used to be,
Well,
unfortunately.
we won't see you at the meetup then, because it's for CLP. But I will be at Parks though. I will.
So listen, when are you planning on coming?
I will be at Parks on the 13th, 20th, the 24th, right, Mike? Yeah, February. The 24th is a Friday, so I'll be there in the afternoon for the late afternoon for a few hours. Then after we do our little meetup dinner at the Uzbek restaurant, I will come back and I'll be back there on Friday night. And then the tentative plan, although it's not set in stone, is I'll go up to Borgata. I'd like to play in the 8160 game on Saturday, the 25th. So.
Yeah, I mean, Borgata is the only one that kind of runs that size mixed game.
Yep, and this was just a couple hour drive right up there or something?
From Parks, it's about like hour 45 minutes, hour 50 minutes, basically.
Okay.
Just under 2.
Super, super. Well, if you're there on Friday, you'll see me there.
I'll definitely be there on Friday.
All right. So you are playing at the Parks. Yep.
Yes, playing at the Parks. This is a 10-10 with a $20 straddle.
Okay.
We're about 3,300 effective, and we are 7-handed.
Now, this game now goes not just on Tuesdays. It'll go in other times too, right?
10-10 basically goes 7 days a week.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Just some days it'll start like later afternoon. Some days, like Tuesdays, basically, they start running like 9 a.m. And by like 1 p.m., you'll have like 3 games, basically, like 2 must moves and 1 main.
Okay.
And then they'll just upgrade. Yeah, but the game itself runs 7 days because we now have like the 10, 20, 40 triple blind. And we also have the 5100 that runs every Tuesday.
Do any of the larger games run outside of Tuesday?
So, no. Basically, like, they have, it's a specific group of people that if they get together, like, on an off day, like a Thursday, they'll run it. But the 10, 20, 40, you could get a game going every day.
Okay, so I know. Oh, okay. So I'm just wondering, like, when I come back a little bit lubed up from the BYOB that we do at the Uzbek Standing Restaurant, what kind of game I can get into late on Friday night?
I mean, well, it depends. It depends on how much alcohol you consume. Because
okay.
Games.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta hold you to your word, Mr. Eddie. All right. So 10, 10, 20, 3,300 effective. Okay.
We're 7-handed.
Yep.
Okay. 60 under the gun with the ace of clubs, ace of diamonds.
Okay.
Villain defends the straddle.
So aces under the gun, and you make it 60. Is that about the standard open?
Well, yes. Some would use 50. Like 50 and 60 are just standard. I mean, it depends who's opening. Yeah, there's just not too much to read into it. Meaning, like, it's not like I'm doing 50 with other parts of my range. 60 just would be standard.
Okay. Yep.
Flop is Queen 9-8, Queen 9 of hearts, the 8 of diamonds.
So Queen of hearts, 9 of hearts, 8 of diamonds. This is not the best flop for you, although
it's not. I guess like
it is. You are up against the straddle though, so he's got more hands. I mean, this is one of these spots where, like, if you open aces and you got 2 or 3 field callers, you very well might consider checking here, right? From up front.
Yeah, 100%. I also think our c-bet frequency on this particular board depends on special configuration. Meaning, like, where we open from. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because like, I think the straddle will defend a bit tighter versus an early position open, and a bit wider versus a later position open. So I mean, we could have mixed.
There also is another consideration. If you are a true, like, fish fryer, which what I mean when I use the term fish fryer, we used to say one of our old coaches, David Chan, was a great fish fryer, where he would just extract the most amount of money against really bad players. There's a consideration here in terms of skill level of the straddle. Because if you've got a guy that will call with worse, but never put any pressure on you at all, and he'll just keep calling, you can just liberally bet away, right? Just liberally bet.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And if I thought the straddle was a fish, I probably would have taken that approach.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he's not.
Okay. Fair enough.
So check times 2. We both check.
All right. So you do check behind. So check.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's kind of like I just fall kind of like in the standard bucket like everybody else, meaning like just check behind like these type of textures. You know what I mean?
Well, does that mean that you're checking behind pocket queens, pocket nines, and jack 10 suited if you open them then?
I'm not sure. Like, I don't think I'm checking Jack 10 suited because the villain, I'm blocking all of his two pairs and like nines and eights is at a good event for me.
Mm-hmm.
Pocket queens, I'm probably betting as well.
And then some combo flush draws to balance that out if you want to play balance, like a king jack of hearts, something like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So we check times two. The turn is the seven of clubs. We have $140 in the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Villain checks.
Okay.
I bet 100.
Okay.
Villain check raises to 300.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's interesting because when you check back the flop, you sometimes will open yourself up to this type of thing but I mean, you just talked through it. I mean, sometimes if you are going to be checking back some strong hands, I do think that and I'm not saying you, Eddie, some players think that they're balanced in this spot, but they really aren't. You know what I mean?
I agree 100%. I think exploit is definitely the way to go, but like, in 10-10 these days, like, people so-called run sins and then they try to emulate them, which doesn't really work out for them often enough.
But what I mean by that is that if you are not checking like your strongest hands here and then you check back the flop, then if your opponent sort of knows what's going on, he can put you in a spot. Now, with that being said, then you have to start to think about what are the strongest hands that I'm checking back on the flop and then defend down with those hands. If you want to play in that sort of theoretical type of approach,
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I still have a hand that can improve against some of his value range. Obviously, against hands like 10-7 and Jack 10, which he's going to have all 20 combos of, I'm drawing Stone Cold Dead. But we decide to call.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's taken two pair for this type of line. Maybe like Queen 9, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of doubtful, like 7-8 or something like that. But okay.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying like he still has like Queen 9 suited, Queen 8 suited, 9-8. I'm not sure if he's going to play the offsuit kind. But he does have 8s and 9s because I don't think those are 3-bet pretty pure.
Mm-hmm.
So he does have some sets, and he's obviously going to have all of Jack 10s and the 4 combos of 10-6 suited, which I don't see him folding pre either.
Yeah, that's a lot of straight combos, right?
Yeah.
And maybe some 5-6 too?
Yeah, 5-6, yeah.
5-6
as well,
yeah. All right, so we're 740 to the river.
So in the river. The river is the really cool ace of spades.
Okay, so again, to repeat for the podcast people, hero has aces. This is Parks, 10, 10, 20, right? 7-handed. Goes to 60 from under the gun with ace of clubs, ace of diamonds. Heads up against the straddle. Straddle defends. Queen 9-8 with 2 hearts. Check, check. We discussed why you'd sometimes do that. Turns a 7 of clubs. Check. Hero 100. So there's a delayed sort of bet, delayed C bet. Villain check raised to 300. Hero calls, and we talk about all the straight combos that this guy might have. River is the ace of spades, so there's no spades out there. The front door here has obviously bricked out. So depending on what he does, right? And I don't remember exactly the sizing this guy's going to use. We could get into an interesting situation here, and I'm not talking about folding, obviously. You know what I mean? It's really going to be what kind of sizing he uses, whether or not you call or raise. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. So, I've played with Villain enough. He's definitely been around. He's an older gentleman. He knows everybody. I'm pretty sure he's been professional for many, many years. So he bets 1,200.
Wow. So 1.5x, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
just under, yeah.
I mean, I don't think that you can really raise now, can you?
No.
If
I had X-ray vision,
Why, you thinking about folding?
No.
Okay.
I guess it's as played, it's probably like the best hand I reached the river.
I think it definitely is the best hand that you reach the river if you are usually betting off Jack 10, right?
Right, yeah.
I don't know if you ever have any of these. Would you ever once in a while have like 5-6 suited that you opened and didn't see bet here? Something like
5-6, 5-6, I think me opening it, it would be like the frequency of that would be like who's behind me.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just
If I
saying,
have
like,
like passive fish, then yeah. You know, if I have egg rows, then no. It depends. In this particular table, seven-handed, yeah, I probably open it.
I mean, I don't think that there's that much discussion. I mean, I would call pretty quickly. Here's why. Unlike the previous call, which was just off the wall with that guy with the sevens, and he said he bluffed the other guy off a set. I think that there are some people that might take sets here for this type of value. You think it's just you think it's odd to take a like a set of nines, set of eights for this type of sizing?
So no, I definitely don't. I don't think. I think we could definitely definitely this like we could definitely not we could definitely say that he doesn't have like hands like ace king of hearts, ace jack of hearts, ace ten of hearts, because I don't think single, I mean, he never has ace king of hearts because that's a pure three bet free, and I don't think single aces like ace x of hearts are ever um betting the river. Like let's say like hand like ace six of hearts, like it wouldn't make sense to bet the river. um so yeah, I mean, he's still. I definitely see pocket nines and pocket eights taking this line to get value from specifically ace queen. But he still has the jack tens and the 10 6s. There's 20 combos that we don't beat. I'm not sure if he's going to play 5 6 this way, but 10 6 and jack 10 are definitely there with nines and eights.
Yeah, you make it is an interesting point. It's like, why take this sizing on an ace, right? Right? Why take this sizing on an ace? Like, if it was a deuce, you would see more of this type of sizing with a set of nines or set of eights. But now it's like, is he trying to put you in a spot where you check back like ace high? I mean, you'd have to have like ace 10 or ace jack or something like that. But there's no backdoor there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see king jack of hearts bluffing the river, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if he bluffs hearts specifically.
I mean, one of the things I gotta tell you though, one of the things that even has changed from this call-in show. I mean, we've actually been doing the call-in show for 5 years. A lot of people, more than that. We started back in 2017, so I've been taking these calls for a long, long time. One of the trends that I've seen since COVID is I have seen some, I would say, more bluffing that kind of makes me want to go back towards equilibrium a little bit when these spots are close, where there's got to be a huge, huge factor here in order for me to make me fold like one of the best hands that I can possibly get to, given the line. You know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong going closer to back to equilibrium in a certain spot.
I totally agree with that. But let me ask you this: do we treat a set of aces the same as ace queen here? I mean, they're basically the same in relative value, right?
Well, if you don't think he's playing a set this way because of the ace,
agreed.
I just do. I wonder if you could have. I do wonder though if you might have a set here. So I think I would rather have a set of aces than ace queen for that reason, for a couple of those reasons,
Yeah,
So
of course.
So what happened?
So we side call, and villain shows jack six of spades.
Wow. So he just had like a weird ass double gutter on the turn, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, with the jack, yeah, he's basically blocking two straights. Yeah.
Yeah, with the jack, a double gutter to a 5. You got to have that 4-gapper. Yeah, that 4-gapper to have this type of double gutter to the 5 and to the 10. Well, there you go. There you go. Wow, that's one that is like I said, once you start seeing some of these things and I see some of these results, it makes me want to call with some of my best hands that I get down to at the end.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not like I wasn't really thinking of folding, to be honest, because like as play, like, it's unfortunately like the best hand that I get there, one of the best hands that I get there with. So you can't fold like against aggressive villains. You can't really fold these type of hands. But I wonder what do I do like on a deuce of clubs river?
Well, if he goes 1200, you mean?
Right, same sizing, yeah.
Well, you got to get really into the tank there, huh? Do some soul searching. It's that's by the way, the live chat is blowing up. Yes, nobody guessed jack six of spades for sure. Eddie, it was a pleasure. I'll look forward to meeting you in a few weeks in Philly. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll see you then. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.